Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Myciak. Today, I would like to start this episode with a quote written by me. The more you love yourself, the more you can be yourself. Now let that sink in. I'll say it one more time too. The more you love yourself, the more you can be yourself. So what do I mean by that? The more you get to know yourself and start to love every area of your life, the more that you are feeling connected to who you are so you can show up as yourself. So being a recovered people pleaser, oh my goodness, the things I was always talking to myself about, like I was so mean to myself. I would be so nice to others. People pleasing, making everybody happy. And deep down, I was like, saying I'm not good enough. And like, I would just be so hard on myself. But little by little, I would start to love myself in new ways. You know, taking care of my mental health, my physical health. Just even, slowing down, giving myself a holiday, taking a sick day when I was actually sick. I know I shared it a long time ago, but if you never listened to that episode, I literally would work even if I was sick. Now, this is years and years ago. I feel like the workplace would probably send me home now. Back then, I was like, nope, I'm good. But that wasn't showing myself love. That was me feeling like if I do this, I'm awesome and look at me go kind of thing, right? Like I didn't know at the time, but that's how looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, that was totally my attitude, is when we take care of ourselves, when we get to know ourselves better, when we show ourselves love, then we feel that love. And then we connect to who we truly are. And we can be ourselves. So we can go after dreams and goals that once didn't seem possible are now possible. So the more you love yourself, the more you can be yourself. Isn't that awesome? So I have overcome so many different obstacles, and I'm sure you have your own, and I'm sure you've overcome them. If you feel like you haven't, I'm sure if you look back, you'll realize how far you've actually come. And over those years, I've really become myself. Like years and years and years ago, I would never have went after the dream of moving across the country. And when my oldest was born, I know my husband and I talked about it, but it just seemed like that was never going to happen because like I could never leave my family ever. And day by day, little by little, I worked on my own personal self-love journey, creating a deeper loving relationship with myself and just taking care of myself and healing parts of my past. And all of a sudden, this thing that I thought was never going to happen happened. And that can happen for you too. So one day at a time, actually, heck man, 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, one day at a time. Sending yourself a little bit more love and a little bit more love. Again, remember, I'm a recovering people person, so I understand how easy it is to give to others before giving to myself. But the moment that I realized how important it is to give first to myself, so I have more to give to others, was really a big shift for me. And having 2 kids, like to this day, it can be a little challenging. However, it's about being mindful of where your energy is going. So, there's holidays, the kids are home from school and different things. So I have to be really mindful when I'm giving a lot. I love hanging out with my kids. I love giving and hanging out and like just doing so much with them. I love being with them. However, my battery, if I was a cell phone, you guys see my charger just slowly dropping. So it's being mindful of replenishing that up throughout the time. So, the holidays are coming up soonish. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to do an episode about, just taking care of you at busy times, like self-care over the busyness of life. And so just keep that in mind, though, when you're giving, to remember to give yourself some of that love. And then remember, like, when you give that love to you, it's not empty, it's amazing. And it helps you be you. So embrace who you are by doing little things for yourself daily if you can, definitely weekly, and eventually it will just become something you do and you don't even realize you're doing it anymore. There are so many things that just happen because of repetition, and eventually you're like, oh, wow. But at the beginning of your journey, it always seems a little challenging at first. By minute, day by day, things will get easier. And then you can look back a year from now, 5 years from now, and go, wow, I'm so glad I started loving myself more. What area in your life do you think you could send yourself a little bit more love? Last episode, I shared about how I was sending myself more love for my weight loss journey with the scale and calories. So where in your life could you be a little bit more loving towards yourself? Maybe you're on go all the time. Maybe you also have kids and you're just like going. And you don't give yourself anything till the end of the night. And then the end of the night, you're like, I have nothing left to give anybody, including myself. So maybe finding a little pocket of time before you reach empty. So when at the end of the night, you don't actually get to empty. Maybe it's, maybe it's like me and being mindful of what you're fueling your body with. Or sleep. Sleep was a huge one for me. It still is some days. But maybe you're at that point where you don't have as much control over how much sleep you're getting, because I also have 2 kids, and sometimes kids get up in the middle of the night. So maybe it's being gentle and loving to yourself on the days you don't get a good night's sleep and having a little nap in the middle. Where in your life could you send yourself a little bit more love? Maybe it's the thoughts and words you say to yourself. What are you talking about to yourself? We have so many thoughts going on in our minds. How many of them are positive and how many of them are beating ourselves up? Maybe it's about incorporating more fun into your life. Oh my goodness, see, like I said, I've had so many different things and so many amazing lessons. And life is just about an adventure and learning and growing on there. So fun. Maybe you don't remember the last time you had fun. I might have shared this before, but I'll share it again because I think it's so important to have fun. Fun really ups our energy and our level of awesome in everything we do. So for a long time there, I didn't have fun. I knew I wanted fun, but I couldn't even think about being fun. I'm like, how do you have fun? I didn't even know how to have fun anymore. That's where I was in my life. I'm like, what is fun? I felt miserable all the time, or just on go, do mode. I have to do this. If I think about fun, nothing's going to get done. So what I did, because I really wanted to have fun, is I made a fun day. It was in the calendar. When you want something to happen, it's going to happen more often if you schedule it in, like an appointment. So in our house, Fridays were Friday fun day. And we would, I forced it. I had to force to have fun. And Friday was it was a day that I'm like, okay, no to-do list, just kind of going with the flow, at least for a couple hours. And, just having fun. whatever that looked like at that time. It was, like I said, pretty forced. Now, years later, I just have fun. I am more fun. I just feel lighter and not so rigid. I am more go with the flow kind of chicka, you know. Sorry, Alex. I more go with the flow now. I can just roll with it a little bit more. Not every day. And sometimes I'm still very like, okay, this is my schedule and this is what I'm doing. However, I'm not so uptight about it. I can just like kind of let things go. Now, you know, that doesn't mean I don't have negative emotions and I get frustrated or angry. I do. And sad. However, fun really is underlined in almost every day and everything I do. So I can laugh at things more. I can joke with my kids. Actually, they find me hilarious. I'll say something. They're like, oh, mommy, you're so funny. Like, and just in a very fun, cute way. Not like a eye rolling kind of way. Not yet. They're still young enough to appreciate my funny. So it really could be anything. So looking at your life and just send yourself some love. And again, it could be fun. It could be fun looking for more ways to have, you know, some more love in your life, but you can also include more fun into your life. So today, just have a look at, you know, maybe it's slowing down, or maybe it's volunteering, helping others. Maybe you've kind of gotten lost in that, like, sometimes we do focus a lot on ourselves to the point where nothing happens either. Like we get like, and things aren't working out, or you're just like comparing yourself to others. Like, and I say this so again, so much love, because I very, very much compared myself to others, and it's not a fun place to be at. I understand. So when we get to those moments, it's stepping out of your own life, not out of who you are or anything, but just step over and help somebody else less fortunate. And it really changes our look, like our perspective on things. It really does. Like, walk in somebody else's shoes for a day or even an hour. Give back, because like giving back really fills our cup up as well. Now, obviously, try not to do it with like, oh, I'm going to help somebody because it's going to make me feel good. Help somebody just to help somebody. But the bonus is it makes you feel good. Hopefully that makes sense. So, you know, go out there and help somebody, do something, give back to charity. And it doesn't have to be money related. It can just be your time. And I know I say just be your time. Time is very precious too. But helping other people can really change the perspective on your life and how awesome you are. But again, do it with helping somebody first. Not to get something, but to give something. So there are so many areas in your life you can give yourself, and that includes to give others as well. And when we love ourselves, it goes out anyways into the world, and people can feel that. So remember, the more you love yourself, the more you can be yourself. So if you haven't felt like yourself lately, send yourself some love. Give love to others. But don't forget about you too. And love yourself where you are. It's called acceptance. And it doesn't mean you have to stay there, but it's accepting where you are. Like I shared last episode about my weight loss adventure, or I don't even want to know what to call it. My weight loss journey, the ups and downs of it, is to love yourself through it. And even though it, can feel like it's not working out, send yourself some love. Give yourself a hug. You can do this. You can show up as you, whatever that looks like to you. So be you. Be the beautiful, beautiful you are, inside and out. By little, sending yourself more love. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, lovely day. Bye for now.